Hey everyone, in today's lecture we are going to learn about the insertion operation in array. In the previous lecture we already discussed about the different operations of array like traversing, insertion, deletion, searching, sorting, merging, etc. But in today's lecture we are going to discuss about the insertion operation and the algorithm to insert element into the array. So first let's understand what is meant by insertion operation in array. So insertion operation is performed to insert one or more elements into the array. Suppose if we want to insert new elements into the array, then we can use the insertion operation. So insertion operation can be done in three different ways. We can insert the element at the beginning of the array, like the starting index of the array. We can insert the element at given position in the array, and we can insert the element at the end of the array. So these are the three different ways we can insert new element into the array. For example, here an array of 5 elements is given. Suppose the elements are 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. So the index position of these elements are 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So there are 5 number of elements. Suppose I want to insert new element, that is 60, into this array. So I can insert the element 60 at the beginning of the array, at the middle of the array or at the end of the array. So if I want to insert 60 at the beginning, that means at index 0. So if I insert element 60 here at index 0, then I have to shift all the elements to the right of the array. Means I have to shift 10 to this position, 20 to this position, 30 to this position, 40 here and 50 here. We can also insert the element at given position. For example, I have to insert 60 at this position, for example 3. Then I have to shift all the elements to the right. That means 40 is shifted to here, 50 here, like that. Or I can also insert the element at the end of the array. We create empty space at the end of the array and directly insert 60 here. So these are the three ways we can insert element into the array. We can insert element 60 at the beginning of the array, that means the starting position of the array, at the middle of the array or at the end of the array. Now let's see an algorithm to insert an element into the array. So first is the insert, then the variables. First we have to understand which variables are used in this algorithm. So the first variable is a. So a is a array name. This is the name of the array, that is a. Then the second variable is k. So what is k? It is a index position of new element which we want to insert. So this is simply an index position of new element which we want to insert. Suppose I want to insert new element at index position 3. So the value of k is equal to 3, like that. The next variable is n. N is a number of elements. The number of elements in an array is stored into the variable n. Then the next variable is item. Item is nothing but the element which we want to insert. For example, I want to insert element 60 into an array. So item is equal to 60. So item is element to be inserted. There is one more variable here, that is I, and I is nothing but a loop counter. It is generally used in for loop, while loop, do while loop, etc. So I is nothing but a loop counter. So I hope you understand the number of variables that are used in the insertion operation of array. So here a is the array name, k is the index position of the new element which we want to insert, n is the number of elements, item is the element to be inserted, and I is a loop counter. Now let's see the algorithm. So the first and last step of an algorithm is start and stop. Okay. The first step of an algorithm is start and the last step is stop. The second step set I is equal to n. Now repeat step 4 and 5 if I is greater than equal to k. If this condition is true, then we repeat these two steps 4 and 5. If this condition is false, then we directly jump to the step 6. And step 6 is a of k is equal to item. Means item is a element which we want to insert. So this element is inserted at position k. Now when we insert new element into the array, the number of elements are increased by 1. So n is equal to n plus 1. If there are 5 number of elements already in array, then we insert one more element. So now the number of elements in array are 6. So this is the algorithm to insert an element into the array. Now let's see the tracing of the above algorithm with example. Okay, so this is an algorithm and now we are going to trace the above algorithm. Suppose here I have an array of 5 elements. The elements are 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Okay, so array index always start from 0, but here I am going to start the array index from 1. You can also start the array index from 0. Okay, so the first element is inserted at position 1, then so on. Okay, now here suppose I want to insert an element at position 3. Okay, and which element? That is item is equal to 60. That means I have to insert an element 60 at position 3. So if I insert element 60 at position 3, so this 30 is shifted to here. All the elements from here shift to the right of the array. The 40 is shifted to here and 50 here, like this. So I have to insert element 60, that is item, at index position 3, and 3 means k. K is a index position where we want to insert our new element. Now let's trace the above algorithm. So here first set I is equal to n. I is equal to n. N means the number of elements, and the number of elements of array are 5. Repeat step 4 and 5 while I is greater than equal to k. The value of I is 5. 5 is greater than equal to k. The value of k is 3. Okay. So 5 is greater than equal to 3. This condition is true. This condition is true. So we repeat step 4 and 5. So 4 and 5. These steps are repeated until this condition get false. Okay, a of I plus 1, that means the value of I is 5, 5 plus 1, that is equal to 6, is equal to a of I, that means a of 5. So a of 6 is equal to a of 5. The value of a of 5 is 50. Okay, that means the new array is formed with number of elements 6. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So a of 6 is equal to 50. A of 6 is equal to 50. Okay. This 50 is shifted to here. Okay. Now set I is equal to I minus 1. I is equal to I minus 1. The value of I is 5. So 5 minus 1, that is equal to 4. Here step 3 loop is completed. Now we again go back to step 3. Now here the value of I is equal to 4 now. Then we again check the condition, that is 4 is greater than equal to k. The value of k is 3. The condition is again true. Okay. The condition is true. So a of I plus 1, that means a of 4 plus 1, that is equal to 5, is equal to a of I, that means a of 4. So here a of 5 is equal to a of 4. The value of a of 4 is 40. What does it mean? 40 is inserted at the position a of 5. So here we insert element 40. at the index position 5. Now again set I is equal to I minus 1. I is equal to I minus 1. The value of I is 4. So 4 minus 1, that is equal to 3. Now again third loop, the value of I is 3 is greater than equal to k, that is equal to 3. So this condition is again true. Condition is true. So a of I plus 1, that is 3 plus 1, that is equal to 4 is equal to a of I, that means a of 3. Now a of 4 is equal to a of 3. The value of a of 3 is 30. So 30 is inserted at position 4. So here we insert element 30. Decrement I by 1. So 3 minus 1, that is equal to 2. Again check the condition. 2 is greater than equal to k, that is equal to 3. The condition is false. Okay. Condition is false. So we go to step 6. And what is that step 6? A of k is equal to item. What is item? That is 60, the element which we want to insert. And what is k? That is the position of new element, that is 3. So a of 3 is equal to 60. So a of 3 is equal to here 60. And the first two elements are as it is, that is 10 and 20. So in this way we insert element 60 at position 3 by shifting all the elements of array to the right side from 60. Okay. So here we shift 30 to this position, 40 to this position and 50 to this position. Now the last step is set n is equal to n plus 1. So the number of elements are 5 and we added one more. So n is equal to now 6. So in this way we can insert new element into the array. We can directly insert the new element at the end of the list. So whenever we insert new element at the end of the list, we do not need to shift the elements. We directly place that element at the end of the array. That means we directly go to the step 6 and insert an item at that given position and then increment the value of n, that is number of elements of the array. So I hope you understand the tracing and the algorithm of the insertion operation of array. If you have any doubt or any query regarding this topic or any other topic, then let me know in the comment section.